Hey everybody, wanted to do a little video on update with my Bear Creek Arsenal uppers. I was out at the range the other day with the 762x39 upper and I actually had a bit of an issue. Part broke and I wanted to talk about the warranty process and everything else. You know, a lot of people warned me that Bear Creek Arsenal products were not really the highest quality, and I understand that. What do you expect to get for a complete upper with bolt carrier group that you spend about $350 on? But I like Bear Creek Arsenal because they're made in the USA, they're a very innovative company, and I've heard that they had a very good warranty process. So throughout this video, you're going to see the problem, and I'll talk about what the resolution was. Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. I'm out here again with my Bear Creek Arsenal 762x39 AR-15. This is on an Aero Precision lower. It has some nice Magpul furniture. This is an MOE fixed stock, which honestly, I like these better than most of the other stocks they have. It's a good length of pull. It's nice and firm. It doesn't rattle around, which for me is a big thing. And this has an MOE Plus grip on it, a nice squishy one. And the parts kit that's in this is just your run-of-the-mill Milsurp parts kit. But this is the Bear Creek Arsenal 762x39 upper. I have a Crimson Trace red dot on it, which I believe is a 2mm red dot. Works pretty well for what I'm doing here. I also have backup iron sights on this, which these are UTG aluminum backup iron sights. And again, they're inexpensive, but they're pretty good quality and they're good enough for what I need to do. It has a UTG aluminum angled foregrip and a Magpul piece of rail on the front of it. So I found some Duramag brand magazines. Everybody said that the Duramags are better than the ASC. So I have some ASC and some Duramag. And I think all the ammo that I'm shooting today is, actually I have 10 rounds of Bellum that I'll shoot in a little bit, but most of this is just Talamo steel cased. So I'm going to go ahead and take some shots. I got some targets set up at about 7 yards, at 25 yards, and then out at 50 yards. That's not promising. Oh. Helps if you put the magazine in all the way. All right. Something's not right here. It's not picking rounds up for some reason here. Why would that be? There we go. That's better. That's not better. This is really embarrassing. You know, I've shot this thing before. I've shot this a couple of times before, and it's always seemed to work fairly well. It didn't eject that round, so maybe it doesn't like Talamo. I don't know. Let's try it again. Something isn't right here. Well, is that a magazine issue? Is it an ammo issue? Or is it the upper? I don't know. This is an ASC mag. Let's try a Duramag and see if it's any better. Nope. It's not ejecting it for some reason. Huh. That is really, really strange. Because I've shot this gun with this ammo before. Not this lower, but it's just a carbine buffer spring. Well, this is very disheartening. Very disheartening. What's the issue? It's not ejecting. The round is getting smashed in the chamber. It's not fully ejecting it. Maybe I'm not putting it in my shoulder hard enough. Let me try that. Nope. Nope, something is wrong. Well, that's going to be a pretty short range trip if I can't get this thing to cycle more than one round. Actually, technically not even cycling if it only fires one round and then jams. This is what's happening. The round's not even ejecting. It's like the buffer spring is too strong or the buffer's too heavy or something. I don't know. The last time I ran this upper, I had it on my A2 style lower, and that has a rifle length buffer spring in it. So maybe there's something wrong with the buffer spring in this. I don't know. I mean, it all feels normal. It doesn't look like I'm running into the takedown pin or anything. I mean, the retaining pin. And it's nice and oiled up. I think I broke the extractor. Yep. The face of the extractor is completely sheared off. There's no grip left on it. Well, you know, people warned me that that could happen. Well, that stinks. Guess I got to make another call to Bear Creek Arsenal. See how good their customer service is again. The last issue I had, they took care of it in 2 days. This one's a little bit bigger, but it appears my extractor broke. Well, as you can see here from these pictures, the extractor face or the lip of it that catches the rim of the round is completely broken off. You can see the jagged metal on the extractor itself, and it looks like this piece was cast incorrectly, or it might have had some air bubbles or something in it when it was cast. So definitely not something that would have lasted very long regardless. So I emailed Bear Creek Arsenal, and they answered within 48 hours, and within 6 calendar days I had the parts in my hand ready to put back into the rifle. So the new extractor looks a little bit different than the old one. You can see not only does it not have the same part number on it, the molding process is slightly different. It has a machine lip on this one, so it definitely looks a little bit stronger, and I'm hoping that this will fix the problem. But all said and done, within 6 days of emailing them, I had the parts in my mailbox and ready to go back into my rifle. That is excellent customer service, and that's the same service I had when I had an issue with my 22 Magnum upper. So yes, I mentioned that I also had an issue with my 22 Magnum upper, and that one was more my fault than Bear Creek Arsenal's fault. When I first used my 22 Magnum upper, I had it on my A2 or A4 style fixed buttstock lower, which has a rifle length buffer tube on it. And I used the buffer that Bear Creek Arsenal sent with me, but the problem with using a rifle length buffer tube is that there's too much travel in the bolt. So on the 22 Magnum upper, when you're using a carbine length buffer tube, the buffer that it comes with actually stops the bolt from going too far back to the point where the charging handle actually slams into the slot on the upper. So what was happening was the spring was retracting so far back that the charging handle was actually smashing into the upper receiver where the slot is cut out for the charging handle on the side, and it caused the charging handle to bend and the bolt to fracture. So when I went to take the gun apart, the charging handle didn't want to come out and the bolt actually snapped. I'll roll some pictures in right here. So very easy to see from this picture, the pin that centers the charging handle is slightly bent from the charging handle actually slamming into the frame of the upper. Here again, you can see an impact point where the charging handle was actually contacting the charging slot on the upper. Again, you can see the damage to the pin, that it's actually bent and actually partially sheared off. But again, this is not Bear Creek Arsenal's fault. This was my fault for using this upper on a rifle length buffer tube. And am I mad at them? Absolutely not, because they took care of this problem. Again, within 5 to 6 calendar days, I had the parts in my mailbox, and as I was able to fix this gun. So you might ask yourself, with these issues that I've had with Bear Creek Arsenal products, why would I still consider them good, or why would I keep them? Well, again, they're budget-minded, they're an innovative company, they're made in the USA, and they took care of the problem very quickly. So that's going to end this video with Cranky Gun Reviews. Thanks for watching. Make sure you support your 2A rights. Get out there and shoot. Have a great day. God bless America. Make sure when somebody tells you to give up some of your freedom for the greater good, remind them that freedom is the greater good. Have a great day. Dang it. That stinks, man. I wonder if that happened today or if that happened the last time I was out here.